This is the worst anime I've ever watched. Bottom of the list. Do not watch it. Waste of time. I hate this character so much. Perhaps I treated you too harshly. Himouto Umaru Chan was the fifth anime I ever watched, and I did not like it the first time I watched it. In fact, I watched the first season in August of 2020, but didn't get around to watching season 2 until February of 2024. I did not care for Umaru at all. I hated it. Even though she created this great group of side characters in the first season that I really did enjoy, it was because of her that I just could not stand enough to even bother watching the second season whenever I originally watched this show. I waited almost 4 years to come back to it. But before I go into season 2, let's talk about season 1. And let's catch you up on everything before that. So Umaru Chan is a teenage girl who lives with her older brother, and while she appears in public as a well-mannered young lady who has excellent grades and skilled at many traits, in private she's a slob gamer and prefers watching anime and eating potato chips and cola. I said she was a slob. I didn't say she wasn't relatable. She eventually befriends 3 friends: Ebina, the lovable country girl; Kiri, the shy girl who is the little sister of Umaru's older brother's co-worker; and Tachibana, who seems at first to simply want to be the best at everything, but as the story goes on, you discover there's a lot more to her, but we'll get into that. And beyond this, it's a slice of life show. You have the swimsuit episode, you have the sports episode, you have the food episodes. The story is just basic. It's a slice of life. What do you really expect with something like this? So as I stated, I just didn't like season 1. I found Umaru to be this annoying character that just didn't work for me at all. But whenever I got into season 2 and I finally gave it a chance just recently, I found myself really compelled by not only the side characters who I already adored, but Umaru. She finally became a character that I not only cared about, but wanted to see her succeed and wanted to see more of her. Now, that's not to say it's perfect. It's not. I still have problems with her, but we get a lot less of this gremlin Umaru that I like to call her, and more of the regular Umaru, who does take care of her friends and cares about her friends. And unlike season 1, where I thought we would eventually show her go from this gremlin thing to a more modest person who understands to be a good person, not only to be a good person when you're around people to make them have a good image of you, but to be a good person in general. We did not get that in season 1, but in season 2, we do. We see Umaru is really improving, and she does things out of the kindness of her heart more and more often. She wants to be a good person, and that's what I wanted to see the entire time. It didn't have to be like a major revelation. I just wanted to see some improvement with her. And finally, with season 2, we get that. And there is so many good scenes like that. Why was very little of this ever shown in season 1? I don't know, because half of season 2 is full of this stuff. We get the Christmas episode, we get the supermarket part, which I thought was surprisingly this heartfelt thing about it closing down the supermarket. Why would that work? But it did. I did not think she would tell the best story about a closing supermarket that I've ever seen in anime, but here she is doing just that. Season 2 also shows us that Kiri and Tachibana are improving even more than they already did. Ebina doesn't really do a ton here, a little bit, but not a lot. We get a little bit of backstory on her, but mostly it's just the same as we had. But we do get a lot with Kiri and Tachibana, and I really like the stuff they did with them. Kiri wanting to be a storybook artist, loved all that. I think the development with her really works, and I think she's the character that really works with the gremlin Umaru, while the rest of them really don't. I think she does it great, and I think it really made her and Umaru shine whenever those two were in a scene together. And Tachibana working with Umaru's other split personality, UMR, that worked. I really wish we would have got something more with that, like maybe a reveal that she is Umaru, but we never got that. Maybe it is in the manga. I haven't read the manga. Maybe I need to read the manga because it's only gotten better as the story progressed on. So maybe the end of the manga is amazing. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. I'm not 100% sure if it was the season or myself. One thing I've learned in my anime journey is your taste will evolve. At first, you may be a respectable anime fan who likes normie stuff like Demon Slayer or One Piece, but soon enough you'll find yourself adding anime like Kiss X Sis, and you wonder where it all went wrong. So maybe my taste have been diluted from the season 1 to now. Maybe I originally saw it and thought, this is awful, and then I've seen so much worse between then and now that this seems amazing in retrospect. I don't think that's the case, though. I really think season 2 of Umaru Chan really, really did well, and I genuinely feel bad that I waited this long to get back to it. As for merch, I have both seasons on Blu-ray. I also have, as I showed before, the big plush here. This is actually one of the oldest anime merch things I have. It was really one that I found on a trip, and I was super excited to find it, even though I really didn't like her at the time. It was like, I didn't watch a lot of anime that had merch, so whenever I finally found something that I had watched, I was really excited about it, and I still have it, and I'm glad I do now. I also have this. I don't know where this came from. I've had this for a very long time, and it just showed up. Like, I couldn't tell you where I bought this. I don't think I did buy this. I think it was like a free thing that I got, but I don't know what bag it was. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know where it went. And on our rating now, I give Umaru Chan Season 1 a 5 out of 10. Still not a big fan. It did improve a little bit. It's better than Blend S. You know, looking back on it and reviewing a few things for this, I do put it above Blend S. I like it a lot better than Blend S. Blend S for me is awful. This is not awful. It's just not my favorite. But Season 2, I'd give it at least a 7.5 out of 10. I think it really improves on a lot of things. Sure, there could have been things they could have improved even more, but I didn't have a bad time watching it. I enjoyed my time watching it, and I would love a third season, even though that's not going to happen. The manga's been gone for a while, and there's no real reason to bring back the series that has been not even active for 5+ years at this point. As for the ranking, I'm going to put it in third, right above Hitori Bochi and Blend S, and right below Wataten and Toradora. So next up, let's dive into the world of fantasy anime. I've not reviewed a fantasy anime yet, and this was the first fantasy anime that I ever watched. My 6th anime. There's so many fantasy animes that I could have watched first. Tons of options. Miss Vampire that lives in my neighborhood. Yeah. Hear me out. It's kind of good, like really good. But hear me out. That'll be up soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I'm trying a new kind of format with these. You see my face now. So if you enjoyed this, please support it any way you can. Share it. It really helps. And let me know what you thought of this new format. I'm going to try these going forward with the rest of the reviews. So anyway, that'll be it for today. And I will see you guys next time.